Good morning, Sabah al-Khair, Assalamu alaikum, guests, colleagues, and friends. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to the Africa Institute of the Global Studies University, fourth and final edition of our country-focused season titled Thinking the Archipelago, Africa's Indian Ocean Islands. Over the 2 years, that is since December 2022, we have been engaged in an extraordinary journey, exploring the rich histories, vibrant cultures, and interconnected ecologies of Africa's Indian Ocean island. This initiative has brought together scholars, activists, and community members to engage in deep and thought-provoking discussion about the region's critical role in shaping both Africa and the global narratives. Today, as we gather for the final part of this series that is intertwined ecologies and interconnected histories, the Indian Ocean Rim, we are reminded of the urgency to consider both the historical and contemporary significance of this island, especially in the face of the ecological and climate change dangers. But before I embark on thanking all the people who have contributed to this event from the beginning in 2022, I would like to mention two landmark events that are actually represent a special, a mark of our success, but also a celebration. One is the listing of our president, Sheikh Ahura Al-Qasimi, by Art Review, which is a very influential magazine, that she is now the top of what they call it, a 2024 Power 100 list of the personalities that are most influential in the art world. So that is for Hur. And the second most important event is also that we have launched, that is, we have made a lot of progress, of course, in programming. This event is one of them. But I'm talking here about the accreditation of the university and the licensure. And I'm glad to report that we have been licensed now or accredited to start our MA program, and soon to be announced also the PhD program in 2026, fall 2026. But we have now, so we have now launched the MA program, and we're starting off-season in January and in fall. And I want to mention that for those, of course, the applications, I mean, not in this room. These are all people who have their master's degree and PhDs also. I'm talking about your students, your colleague, your community, to spread the news. That is that we have now completed the process for the MA that's starting in January, but our MA deadline for the fall 2025 is opening in December 8th. So please help us spread the news. I would like to take this moment on behalf of Hur Al-Qasimi, who could not be here today with us, and myself, to express our heartfelt gratitude to the conveners of this remarkable program. And I want them to really stand up. I know Dragaya is missing. She may be overslept in the hotel there, but there is Oday Chandra and Jeremy Pritchard, so please stand up. Your intellectual leadership and unwavering commitment have been invaluable in shaping the depths and success of this season. Most important among your accomplishments, not only, I don't consider this just icing on the cake, it's the cake itself, is the creation of a platform for documenting this amazing season of intellectual feast you left us, and more, and many more, to come in the future, which is namely the creation and the establishment of Monsoon Journal of the Indian Ocean Rim, and I'm proud to say this is the 4th issue of it. Go to the bookstore here, our bookstore, Merowi. You can get copies here, or you can subscribe, but buy a copy. I know some of you have access through your they'll say, I'll wait, I just access it as a PDF through but just please support the journal, not only by downloading articles, but also by buying hard copies. It's a beautiful article, actually, and I must say, we have one of the traditions that we introduce is that we commission an artist for every single issue, and we document the artist himself either in the form of an interview or an essay for each of the issues. So for each issue, you will learn about an artist from that region and their contribution in relation to it. So most importantly, we are grateful to the support you received. Sorry, I must mention specifically in relation to this. Most importantly, we are very grateful for the support we received from the Social Sciences Research Council towards this symposium specifically as part of the Trans-Regional Collaboratory on the Indian Ocean, an initiative to catalyze new research into intersections of social environmental change and in and across Indian Ocean countries. A very special thank you also goes to Sat'an Al-Hassan. Where is Sat'an? Please stand up. Please stand up, Sat'an. Okay. Sat'an is the Director of Administration Operation at the now, it was Africa Institute, but now with the Graduate Studies University, whose tireless efforts and unwavering dedication have ensured the seamless execution of this season and all earlier seasons since 2022. And we are deeply grateful for your contributions, and most specifically, for also your hard work in relation to Monsoon Journal of Indian Ocean, RIM. And in this regard, I also wish to thank and extend my gratitude to Isra Musameh. I don't know if she's in the room. Okay. She is the coordinator for research, programming, and publication. And so, Isra, I also wish to thank you for your support behind the scene, which has been very crucial to the success of this event. A special also note of gratitude goes to Sarah Majdi, Director of our Academic Affairs, who are not here today with us. She's not feeling well, who have been also part of this journey and make it a success since also 2022. I also wish to thank Amal Al-Mulla, who is somewhere here, for all the work that the logistics. And I also wish to extend my heartfelt appreciation to the outstanding communication team, and especially Aisha Al-Hammadi, Meghna Kalvani, and Ahmed Mustafa. All of them are in this room. Yeah. Your innovative work on social media, the website, and promotional platforms has brought this season to life, engaging audiences worldwide and amplifying the reach of our mission. To our phenomenal IT team that are sitting there, Sharif, Noor, Vijay, Raj, and Syringe Sudhakaran. Your diligence and expertise have been vital in maintaining the technical excellence that underpins all our activities and events in the past, and I'm sure in the future. From ensuring flawless virtual and on-site operations to upholding our digital infrastructure, your contributions are the foundation of our success, not only in this conference, but throughout the Institute's activities. A special thank you also goes to Abdul Aziz. These are the unknown soldiers that really labor to make this. I'm not sure where is Abdul Aziz here, but Abdul Aziz Shamshir, and I must add also Ahmed Jassim and many other colleagues who work tirelessly behind the scene and help in executing all the logistics and moving parts that make this event possible. As we close this season, we can take pride in the rich conversations and critical insight that have emerged, but it's also clear that this is just the beginning. The questions we have explored and the challenges we have discussed all continue to shape our understanding of Africa's place within the broader context of the Indian Ocean world. We look forward to carrying these conversations forward, deepening our engagement with these vital issues, and continuing to bring voices of Indian Ocean Africa to the forefront of global discussion. Thank you once again to all of you, our distinguished guests, participants, and supporters. I hope that today's symposium will serve as both a reflection of our shared commitment to these important issues and for a future collaborations and research. So thank you, and so let the party begins, as they say. The gentleman.
All right, thanks very much. It's a great pleasure to be here today. And on behalf of my co-conveners, Rogaya Abusharaf, Uday Chandra, and Sarah Jappi, who can't be with us today, I want to express our sincere gratitude to everyone who's joined us. Most of you have come quite far indeed, and to those who will join us remotely as well. Welcome. We appreciate all of your contributions to this season and this event over the next couple of days. A very special thanks, I'll just echo much of what Salah has just said. A very special thanks to Hur Al-Qasimi, to Salah Hassan, to Satan Al-Hassan, who maybe has just stepped out, but, and everyone here at the Africa Institute, both for their vision and for all their efforts to bring this season in all 4 conferences, including, of course, this, our final event, to fruition. This event, it really is a fantastic collaboration between the Africa Institute and the Social Science Research Council, and more precisely, its transregional collaboratory on the Indian Ocean. And thanks again to Sarah for working with, and the collaboratory for working with us. In tandem with our new journal, Monsoon, we hope this event will contribute to the rising profile of Indian Ocean studies, bringing the complex history and contemporary circumstances of the Indian Ocean basin to a wider audience. With an eye towards expanding our appreciation of interfaces across diverse environments, societies, and fields over time, this series as a whole has highlighted the Indian Ocean Rim as a uniquely valuable frame through which to interpret global past and the present, as well as to imagine our collective future. Building on the groundbreaking work of many of those who are here today, and in the Indian Ocean field more generally, the season has highlighted the great many forces, I should say, that have shaped the Indian Ocean Rim. Forms of mobility and immobility, cultural production and the arts, race, slavery, and the legacies of slavery in the Indian Ocean region, and, of course, intertwined ecologies. The Indian Ocean and Indian Ocean Africa's islands specifically is a critical lens for considering each of these. Now, the Indian Ocean's historical, cultural, economic, and geopolitical significance can hardly be overstated. Much of the world's population lives along its shores. Much of the world's maritime traffic depends on its waterways. And global and regional powers have long competed for influence. In our multipolar world, the importance of the Indian Ocean and the wider basin is perhaps greater than ever before. As a result, and as my own work has suggested, recent decades have seen the Indian Ocean reimagined as a critical space of social exchange and analysis, but imagined by, yes, individuals, as well as communities and indeed by states as well. We've seen the Indian Ocean reconfigured both as a vessel of engagement, but also as a space of affinity. This process, I think, has only intensified in recent years, not only because of the rivalries amongst global powers, but also as a result of the proliferation of communication interfaces and communities seeking greater rights within and, in fact, beyond the nation. Of course, as a region, the Indian Ocean has long been defined by overlapping processes of engagement and translation, many of which we've looked at in this series: migration, travel, many forms of circulation. These have all enriched poetry, art, literature, belief systems, economic exchange, and so forth. Shifting concepts of ethnicity, race, and gender norms, as well as slavery, indenture, empire, and colonialism, have all shaped Indian Ocean Rim societies. And I think these deserve consideration not only in comparison with other world regions, but because they've engendered dynamic, multifocal worldviews, simultaneously informed by regional as well as global currents. And yet, unlike basins such as the Atlantic and the Mediterranean, the Indian Ocean region's unique nexus of trans-local relationships, and notably Indian Ocean Africa specifically, has never received the attention it deserves, which is obviously one of the key motivating factors of this country-focused season. In joining the call of scholars, activists, and others to center Africa in the Indian Ocean Rim Africa and the Indian Ocean Rim within studies of global interfaces, this season of the Africa Institute has aimed to highlight the global importance and the vibrance of Indian Ocean societies and the Indian Ocean as a region. Of course, Indian Ocean Africa, like other regions, has been affected by recurring and new environmental challenges, from cyclones and tsunamis to rising sea levels and the devastation of marine ecologies. Yet, modes of adaptation to environmental change demonstrate both the initiative and the resilience of coastal societies. This symposium, a fitting capstone to an exciting and highly generative season, represents a multidisciplinary approach to some of the core concerns, I think, of Indian Ocean studies and to the study of coastal and island societies, namely the complex, shifting processes and consequences of climate change, as well as ecological degradation, but also practices of resilience, as well as environmental justice and our collective future. Before wrapping up, let me just say another brief word about our journal, Monsoon, which is published by Duke University Press in collaboration with the Africa Institute. We are now beginning our third volume. The next issue will be the first in volume 3. And I think, like this symposium, Monsoon offers a forum for presenting new research, a forum for debating critical themes, and of course, highlighting emerging trends in Indian Ocean studies, all with an emphasis on Africa and the Indian Ocean. It's been a very, very exciting process. Our most recent issue, I'll just show you again. I know that you can't see the fine print on the front from there, but this was an issue that came out of our conference in Zanzibar about a year and a half ago, Slavery and its Legacies in the Indian Ocean, guest edited by Ned Alpers at UCLA. Monsoon, I think, offers a platform for research on new ways of understanding Indian Ocean perspectives, societies, networks, and indeed the region's global linkages. So we hope to carry on the conversation of today and tomorrow. And in fact, the conversation of this entire country-focused season in the pages of Monsoon, ideally in the form of a special issue to which we greatly hope all of you will contribute. In Monsoon, as with this conference series, we hope to highlight Indian Ocean Rim societies as compelling frames and, in fact, key voices for interpreting our world and, indeed, interpreting global futures. So, with that, let me say thank you again and welcome.